Our market monitor likes mid-cap stocks and has some names he says are bargains that investors should add to their holiday shopping list. He's Brian Peery, co-portfolio manager of the Hennessy Cornerstone Mid-Cap 30, which is a concentrated fund of 30 stocks that invests across different sectors. Last time Brian was on in May, he recommended Jetblue. It is up 27%. Penney, it is off about 5%. And Pilgrim's Pride, the food company, is 18% lower. Brian, welcome back. I know we're going to get to Penney and JetBlue in just a minute because they remain your picks. What should I do with that other one, Pilgrim's Pride?
We've sold all of our position in Pilgrim's Pride. It was just, it was a bad environment, and it's not a bad stock. It's actually pretty cheap, but it just doesn't fit into our growth criteria. So that was one that we have since sold. Let's
move on to the picks that you like right now. Gamestop is your first choice. Why do you like it?
You know, it's interesting. I think that they've really got they've come down since their quarterly earnings, and they're still a decent value at this point. I think the fourth quarter is actually going to be pretty good. Even though the consoles have been out there for a couple of years, like the Xbox One and the PS4, I think that the consumer today is really looking for a way to do some value shopping, and you see it in the Black Friday deals. And GameSpot's is the only place where you can really go and get these used games that are still perfectly good games, but you're going to get them at a good discount, and you can pick up a couple of games for the price of a new one. And their margins are much better on the used games. Their digital downloads are doing really well. So I think that going forward, I really like this company. I think it's a great price down here.
All right, let's move on to a stock that a lot of people are liking these days, and that is, for the first time in a long time, Penney. You still like it. You had it on your buy list earlier. It's down a little since then, but why are you hanging with it?
I do. I like Penney. I think that it is a long-term story. Nothing's going to change in the coming weeks, I think. But they've really positioned themselves well, and it does take some time to get back the consumers that they've lost over the last few years. You know, when they really did a kind of a broad change of what they were going to offer to the consumer, and they're getting back to their fundamentals, and they're really providing a value proposition for today's shoppers. People, I think, during the Christmas season are going to go in and buy jewelry and going to buy perfume and stuff, and I think that they're going to wind up doing really well in that area, and that's going to boost their sales for the quarter.
What is JetBlue doing so well that you like it again?
Everything. Their management team is fantastic. They're keeping costs down. They've really started to expand upstream in terms of adding to their mint service. I think they're doing everything exceptionally well with oil down here in the low 40s, and I think it's going to stay low for a while. I think this is a great long-term situation as they kind of move upstream and capture more market share from higher revenue customers.
Brian, thanks very much. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, Tyler. You too.
All right, Brian Peery is with the Hennessy Funds.